So all of a sudden, there has been a lot of concern about Bray Wyatt's title reign. After making his return with the Firefly Funhouse and Fiend Alter Ego, Bray Wyatt instantly made it back to the top of the WWE. Despite being a heel character, the Fiend's popularity just went through the roof during his first few months back. It's also a known fact that the merchandise of a heel character in the WWE doesn't sell as well as a top babyface character in the company. However, Bray Wyatt was one of the few exceptions. His merchandise was just flying off the shelves, and anything WWE was putting out of him was selling out fast. Wyatt even beat out Becky Lynch as the top merchandise seller of the roster. His buzz was so huge that Fox even requested to have Wyatt on SmackDown, which is, of course, the show that airs on their network. Everything has been going smooth so far, but one of the most highly discussed topics is the Fiend's first loss. All good things must come to an end, and Wyatt can't obviously stay undefeated forever. But on the flip side, fans are fearful of how much a loss would hurt the Fiend's momentum and overall character. Now, the Fiend's first loss is getting even more attention because he has had a lot of top stars to go through. Goldberg has returned and made it clear that he wants back the Universal title that he lost a few years ago to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. The fact that Goldberg can just appear out of nowhere, cut the line, and instantly become the #1 contender for the title is a bit extreme, but Goldberg did bring up a good point, and that's the fact that he never got his rematch after losing the title. So technically, you could say that he's owed one title match. So it does make sense from that point of view. But where Goldberg is at right now, in his mid-50s, he can't exactly work a full-time schedule anymore. It was reported a few months ago that Goldberg will be used about 2 to 3 times a year from this point on. WWE wants to use him in a very limited fashion, but also as a huge attraction as well. So rumors are floating around that Goldberg might stick around for WrestleMania, and this has everyone panicking for Bray Wyatt's sake. This news had a lot of people concerned that Goldberg might destroy The Fiend, with the idea being that Goldberg would go on to face Roman Reigns with the Universal Championship on the line at WrestleMania, which Roman Reigns will end up winning and putting a quick end to Goldberg's second Universal title reign. Bray Wyatt will have to take his first loss one of these days, but a loss to Goldberg could be very devastating to his momentum and character. It's going to be really hard to ever take The Fiend serious again if he gets destroyed by a semi-retired Goldberg. Bray Wyatt suffering his first loss during the main event of WrestleMania to someone who's in their prime, like Roman Reigns, just seems a bit more respectable than losing to Goldberg. Roman was even asked recently about who he would like to face at Mania between Wyatt and Goldberg, and Roman went with Wyatt because he's younger and they can both help each other benefit from that match. However, there's now conflicting reports that say Goldberg actually won't be a part of this year's WrestleMania. So that gives us a little hope for Bray Wyatt to walk out of Super Showdown as the champion. Bray Wyatt also had a very interesting conversation with Hulk Hogan recently. Hogan was warning Wyatt that he has to be prepared for Goldberg and take him seriously. But Wyatt warned Hogan to be careful himself because there's always room for one more. Wyatt then pulled out a picture frame of Hogan and was ready to hang it on his wall. The wall behind Bray Wyatt represents everyone that The Fiend has attacked or had an impact on. Everyone from Seth Rollins to Daniel Bryan to Mick Foley is all on that wall. So could WWE be teasing a future confrontation between Hulk Hogan and The Fiend? It's definitely a possibility for sure. Hogan has been very vocal about getting back in the ring for one last match. Hulk Hogan's actual last wrestling match was with TNA, and Hogan has expressed that it left a bad taste in his mouth, that his last match wasn't for the company that he began his career with. So Hogan has been training hard to have one last match for the WWE, but it will be hard for Hogan to get clearance to wrestle, especially now he's in his mid-60s. But a small confrontation with The Fiend taking out Hogan still looks like a possibility from what was teased by Wyatt. But the result of Goldberg vs. Bray Wyatt at Super Showdown will give us a better idea of where WWE is taking The Fiend. Will he continue his dominant run by adding Goldberg to his list of victims and heading into WrestleMania as champion? Or will The Fiend suffer his first loss to Goldberg and have Goldberg go into Mania as champion? That's going to be a big match to keep an eye on, and it can easily be the main event of Super Showdown as well. So, what are your thoughts on this situation? Do you think Goldberg would be the right superstar to hand The Fiend his first loss, or would you pick someone else? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.